Venezuela's ousted president, Nicolas Maduro, is expected to appear at a New York City court on Monday to face drug and weapons charges. The U.S. military seized Maduro and his wife in an operation early on Saturday morning in Caracas. The White House is now ramping up pressure on Venezuela's interim leader, Delcy Rodriguez, warning her she could yet face the same fate as Maduro. Meanwhile, in the Venezuelan capital, Caracas, people are coming to terms with the shock of what unfolded over the weekend. Let's bring in journalist Noris Soto, who joins us from Caracas. Noris, I'm curious, is the immediate aftermath of the U.S. intervention different in any way from what people might have been expecting?
Well, Michael, that's a hard question to answer because I think that Venezuelans, no one really expected this to happen. So Venezuelans are still processing this whole news. Everything is changing by the minute, and so Venezuelans are still trying to go with the flow of news. I can tell you though what they didn't expect, and it was that Delcy Rodriguez and some of the most important leaders of the Maduro regime would still in power. That's something that has been very problematic for Venezuelans, and this is very important to tell because it's the main reason why Venezuelans are deciding to stay home. You don't see big displays of celebrations on the streets. You don't see neither protest or celebration because people are really afraid. I mean, people feel that Chavismo is still here in Venezuela. And this is very important to tell because that's what gives you the sense of the street. For example, today, it's a work day, it's a Monday in Caracas, and it's completely alone. Public transportation is working, but people are not really going out on the streets.
To get that perfectly clear, what you're saying is, it sounds like people who wanted Maduro to leave don't feel that they can really voice this. They can't really celebrate because the regime is essentially still in power, or at least has presence.
Yes, that's correct. That's what people are feeling, that having Delcy Rodriguez and having her brother, even people like Diosdado Cabello and the defense minister, which has been, let's be clear, they have been the biggest repressors of this country. People still feel that they can be imprisoned, that they can go to jail. Even us journalists feel a little bit uneasy with these people still here.
Understood. Donald Trump has repeated that the U.S. is in charge of Venezuela. How are the people of Venezuela taking that? It sounds like they still are doubtful.
They're still doubtful, but this message from Trump yesterday was a little reassuring. If you could see the message from Delcy Rodriguez after that, she said exactly the same thing, that she was calling on to cooperation with the U.S., which was viewed here in Venezuela like a stepping down, like putting down the tone a bit, because she has been very feisty and very radicalized in her first speeches, and you see the change of tone there. So it's a little bit reassuring for Venezuelans.
What have you been hearing from the officials? Will the current administration continue to work under U.S. orders?
Yeah, it all points out to that. After the message yesterday, I just said it. After the message Delcy Rodriguez gave, I don't think they have much choice. Trump has been very clear into saying that Delcy would pay a bigger price if she doesn't play ball with the U.S. So that's what we can expect here.
Do you anticipate people at some point demanding elections? Or is this scenario covered by the Constitution and it's essentially too early for such a demand?
No, I fully think that people at some point will ask for new elections. I don't see this scenario going further than 3 months or so after people start demanding calling for new elections. And actually, that's the time that our constitution establishes that an interim president can be in power only 90 days. So after that, people are going to start voicing and asking, demanding for elections. As for now, I think it's a little bit early. People are trying to process the whole situation. We will need to wait and see how this whole U.S. Delcy Rodriguez situation unfolds in the coming days.
Journalist Noris Soto, many thanks for your time, and particularly your perspective, Noris.